The numbers are down here, Mom. 4, 5,
There you go. It's going.
6, 7,
Okay, it's going.
8, 10.
Well, talk.
Anyway. Hello, people of the world Earth. This is another episode of The World According to Bob. I found my copy of Justice League, or not Justice League, Batman, Dark Knight Master Race #2. And I still think this is a better book than this. In this, they kill off Ray. I mean, is any other older Justice Leaguer safe? We don't know. I couldn't tell you. I mean, are they planning to burn the elongated man next? They literally smush Ray. If you read #3 first, which, yeah. If you read #3 first, it totally spoils the ending of this. Master Race #2. Totally spoils the end of it. Batman's still alive. The Kryptonians are like suicide bombers, and they're using Ray. That's the big reveal at the end of this. I mean, reading #3 first totally spoils it. If you're gonna read them in order. It's not like Star Wars. It doesn't do you any favors. Yeah. The story I'm working on is a little better than, well, the way it's probably gonna end. They still haven't stopped my all around master prediction for Master Race. And Frank Miller, frankly, still hasn't impressed me too much. Lately, I've been thinking about if they're gonna make a Watchmen 3 or 2, because that was just Minutemen. So, sorry. So Minutemen, still an all-around better book. Master Race, still blah. And this, I hope they bring in Rip Hunter. The Batman Beyond series, I hope they bring in Rip Hunter. If someone's watching this, I'd like to get the discussion going on what we think's going to be in Watchmen 2 after the comedian comes back. Yes, that's right. I still think the comedian's coming back. Yeah. So, I watched Legends of Tomorrow, and they shrunk Ray and kicked him out of the ship, and now he's trapped in the 1950s. And I bet you the big reveal at the end, instead of being Booster Gold like everyone hopes it is, it's going to be Jonah Hex, or The Question. Yeah. Because they already said they had Jonah Hex cast. But anyway, that episode had a lot of parallels to this issue of Batman Dark Knight Master Race. The parallels were that Ray dies. I can't emphasize that enough. They killed a beloved Justice Leaguer. He was the hero in Countdown. He saved the whole entire multiverse. And how does Mr. Miller thank him? Squish. One word. Squish. Squish Ray. So. I'm still working on my story. Can't tell you much more than that. But I am still working on my story. We will get it published. Hopefully by the end of the year. That would be nice. That's a goal. A definite thing, but that's a goal. So. My story, it's orbits around or centers around a group of characters called aptly enough the characters. Like I said, I don't want to give too much away, but it could fit in the DCU. My dream, to have it published by DC Comics. I love DC Comics, always have since I was a little kid. You're not working tomorrow morning, right? We're gonna move the vehicles in. And it would just make my heart go to no end if my characters were to interact with Rip Hunter or any of the other Justice Leaguers. Yeah, that would be nice. But then again, it's been almost a year doing this, and I'll have to check. I think maybe a year doing this, and I still haven't been able to make it out of the basement. Yeah, that's another goal. Make it out of the basement. Make a better story than this, and make it out of the basement. Which I think, by the way, I can do. I mean, hopefully that's not extreme. That's not his extreme goal, Mr. Frank Miller's. To kill off all the old Justice Leaguers. Yeah. And hopefully in the Batman Beyond series they do something to correct time. I mean, Rebirth is soon. And for everyone that doesn't know, that's gonna restart the whole DC continuity. And the rumor is that Detective Comics and Action Comics are gonna go back to their original numbering, which I'm really excited about. So, yeah. And I hear they're gonna make it more like the TV show. If they make TV show Rip Hunter fit in with the Batman Beyond universe, I could totally see that. Yeah. I could see with the TV show Rip Hunter, for anyone who doesn't watch that, he's more extreme, more edgy. He's awesome. I don't know how to say it any other way than that. Hopefully they don't use Jonah Hex in the new Master Race thing. I mean, I get that this is trying to promote the DC books and trying to set up a future for the DC books, but at the same time, it's not a future I'd like to live in. So, yeah, I don't know. If you want to live in that, post comment, let me know. But I'd rather not live in that particular universe's future. Um, the speculation on the Booster Gold site this week was that Booster would be in Legends of Tomorrow. But I think it's either going to be Jonah Hex or the Question. On DC Movie News, Adam Gertler said that he'd look forward to there being the Question in one of the shows. And I know that doesn't mean there is going to be a Question, but yeah, definitely something I would like to see. Shout out to DC Movie News. They're awesome. It's where I get all my DC news. That and the Booster Gold site. Boosterific. Hopefully they bring in Resurrection Man to Legends of Tomorrow. I would very much like that. Because there's actually 3 Immortals if you don't count Joker. That were also exposed to Vandal Savage's hoop-de-doo. Resurrection Man, Immortal Man, and Vandal Savage himself. So, Resurrection Man and Immortal Man have yet to be brought in. And if you haven't watched my Resurrection Man 101, check it out. But in it, I explain that Vandal Savage is basically the head rival to Resurrection Man. Yeah. In other news, Obama loosened up the treaty. Or he loosened up the. I'm sorry, embargo. He loosened up the embargo on Cuba. Yeah. Not comic related, but good news nonetheless. If they would have done that 10 years earlier, Elian Gonzalez, there would have been no issue. Yeah. Again, I'm thinking about my story. And it takes place kind of in the real world. But we have superheroes. Just like Kick-Ass or Watchmen or Kingdom Come. Not saying my work's that quality, but that is one of the new stories you'll find in my work. So, in Batman Beyond, you find that the Green Lantern's ring's still active, and I still think that this will not make it past 13 issues. They're gonna relaunch. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Rebirth is going to happen all over that. And then people will say, well, what happened? They'll be like, Rebirth happened. And Terry's gonna go back to the main feud. It's gonna be Terry. Tim's gonna find a way and bring Terry back, and Terry's gonna go back to the main future. That's my prediction. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Well, I guess that's it for now. Bye out.